You're watching the Chiefs Report by Chat Sports. I am your host, Harrison Graham, and coming up on today's show, we get you caught up on the latest Chiefs news and rumors. And speaking of rumors, could Chris Godwin be a trade target for Kansas City? Bleacher Report has linked the Chiefs to trading for Godwin, so we'll explore this a little bit here on today's Chiefs Report. Gary Davenport had this to say when it comes to Godwin. He says, it's not hard to see why teams would be interested in Godwin. In 6 professional seasons, Godwin has eclipsed 1,000 yards 3 times. Last year, Godwin set a career high with 104 catches. Godwin isn't entering the final year of his contract, but after redoing his deal last year, 2024 will be. Godwin's cap hit for that season will be a whopping $27.5 million, a whopping amount for a team that has salary cap issues, which the Chiefs don't have salary cap issues, but they have a lot of big contracts. I don't see Kansas City absorbing that cap hit. Now, if they trade for him now, they can worry about 24 and 2024, but they would almost certainly have to extend Godwin to bring that cap hit down. You look at what he's been able to do in his time with Tampa, especially over these past 4 years, really good, right? Like, I would say he's a low-end 1 and unreal number 2. Now, he plays next to Mike Evans, so, they kind of have 2 number 1 receivers, different style. Godwin's more of a slot guy. Evans kind of stands on the outside primarily. But if you brought him into Kansas City, he's your most established receiver by a pretty wide margin. Like, Godwin has done more than most of these guys have combined outside of, MVS has been around for a few years, so he's compiled some stats. But we know that Valdez-Scantling is not a number 1. Kadarius Toney, we're hoping he can get there, but that's a lot of projecting. Sky Moore, Rashee Rice, you're hoping they're good complementary pieces this year. Same with Richie James and Justin Watson, of course. But Chris Godwin, on paper, would be this team's number 1 receiver. I don't think there's any doubt about that. But there's money involved. There's, you got to trade draft picks, etc. So keep that all in mind. What do you guys think? If he were to be available, should the Chiefs trade for Chris Godwin? This will be the pinned comment on today's video. So type T for trade or P for pass. Also, share the video on social media. Click that share button. That's step number 1. Select the Facebook icon. That's number 2. And then click post to Facebook. Help us out. Spread the word here on the Chiefs Report. You can also follow our Facebook page, facebook.com/chatsportschiefs. Go spread the word on Facebook. Share the Chiefs Report in this video specifically. Click share, select the Facebook icon, and then click post to Facebook. All right, underway are Chiefs OTAs as the first set of organized team activities are this week, starting here on Monday. And when you look at the Chiefs OTA schedule, it is as follows. 3 practices this week, 3 next week, and then 4 the week after that. So it kind of slowly ramps up here. Then after weeks, that June 6th through 9th week, nice. They will have mandatory minicamp, which, if certain vets aren't there this week, then they will be required to show up next week. Otherwise, they are subject to be fined. This is a great opportunity for rookies and really just young players as a whole. I mean, look, guys like Travis Kelce don't necessarily need to be there, but a lot of the Chiefs vets typically show up anyway. But young guys get these mental reps, physical reps. They're not padded up. You're not going to be hitting dudes go over across the middle, but opportunity to learn the playbook more, interact with your teammates, show the coaches something, show the veterans something. So I'm excited to see what some young guys can do. And I actually did a video that went out yesterday, 10 players to watch during Chiefs OTA. So subscribe to the channel and go check that out. Under the content tab, this will be the second most recent video after this video that you're watching right here. And you can go watch that right there. Still relevant even if you watch it later on in the week. Some players to keep an eye on during Chiefs OTAs. One of many reasons to subscribe to the channel. We publish news, videos, rumors, updates, everything going on with this football team. We've got you covered, whether it's in the season or in the offseason. Hit that subscribe button, turn on your notifications. That way you never miss a video here on the Chiefs Report. Later in the week, we will have Chiefs OTAs winners and losers from week 1, so be on the lookout for that. Lucas Niang, is he on the hot seat? A guy that needs to show a lot during OTAs, but especially on into training camp, is Lucas Niang, because there's a report out there that he could be on the hot seat. His roster spot could be in jeopardy. Here's Charles Goldman of Chiefs Wire, the USA Today network. When it comes to Lucas Niang, he says ideally third-round pick Wanya Morris will play his way into a starting role in 2023, which I doubt that happens just because of Donovan Smith, but still, I think what he's saying is he could beat out Lucas Niang. Given what we've been told about Donovan Smith, I think it's more likely that Morris will find himself competing with Niang. There you go, for a role of swing tackle in Kansas City. Niang and Morris are both third-round picks, but the former has been anything but reliable during his career. The former 2020 draft pick has appeared in just 19 games with 9 starts over 3 seasons with the team due to opt-out and injury. Because if you remember, when he was drafted in 2020, Lucas Niang took the COVID opt-out, so technically didn't become a rookie until 2021. Started some games that year. I think all 9 of his starts were that season. Then he tore his pec, so he missed the rest of 2021, most of last year, got healthy late in the year, then served as Andrew Wiley's backup. But the point being is you signed Juwan Taylor to a big contract. You know he's going to start. Donovan Smith, unless he's just a disaster, he's going to start. You just drafted Wanya Morris in the 3rd round. Lucas Niang could get cut. It's possible. Now, do I think it's likely? I don't think it's likely because you still have 2 years of team control over him. And when he did play in 2021 for those 9 starts, I thought he was adequate. I thought he was an average to above average starting right tackle. But obviously they've opted to go with other guys. So he's going to be a backup, at least as of now. I think he makes the 53, but it's far from a guarantee. Lots of depth on the offensive line. Just going back to it, think of the depth that you've got. You've got Wanya Morris, who you just picked in the 3rd round. Prince Tegawanagu is a player that the Chiefs like. Darian Kennard, who's got guard tackle flexibility. They just signed Sebastian Gutierrez. There's different bodies on this offensive line that could squeeze Niang out. I mean, it's very, very possible, especially if Wanya Morris is further along than maybe they expect. Like, if they're not concerned that if he has to go in, he could play at a high level, Niang's roster spot is far from a given. So, again, do I think it'll happen? No. Could it? Yeah, I would list him as a surprise cut candidate at this point in time. Now, what would you do with Lucas Niang? Type K for keep, or you can type C for cut. Let me know in the comment section down below. K for keep or C for cut when it comes to Niang. I would keep him because he's cheap and has 2 years left. But I would not be surprised if the Chiefs moved on. Maybe they even trade him toward the end of training camp. You never know. Appreciate you guys for tuning in to today's Chiefs News and Rumors segment. Be sure to subscribe to the channel. We will continue to bring you the latest and greatest Chiefs news and rumors. And, of course, OTAs coverage as that progresses over the next couple of weeks. Go ahead and subscribe and turn on your notifications here on the Chiefs Report.